Hello again, everybody. I'm Snapper Lancaster, welcoming you to another edition of the Central Alabama High School Sports Show. We're going to have a couple of outstanding high school basketball coaches. We've got a girls coach and a boys coach tonight, so we look forward to visiting with them in a few minutes. This is the time of year in the basketball season where we're right around the corner from area playoffs, so all of these coaches and players are hoping that they are peaking at the right time. And we're going to have some outstanding teams from the Birmingham, Jefferson County area that make it down to the Civic Center when they have the state tournaments later this coming month. So I tell you what, it's going to be an exciting time of the year. Basketball time here in Alabama. High school basketball is always exciting this time of the year because we have a lot of outstanding coaches, a lot of outstanding athletes in Class 7A, Class 6A, 5A in particular, and some other outstanding teams in the smaller classification. So we look forward to following these teams, coaches and the players, and seeing how deep into a tournament not only that they go, but how many state champions can come from the Birmingham, Jefferson County area. We have a pretty good shot at having a few champions coming from Birmingham, Jefferson County each and every year. This year is no different. We remind you this is also wrestling season, indoor track season. Don't want you to think we've got these coaches or athletes, because before the winter segment is over, we will be recognizing some high school wrestling teams and some high school indoor track teams. So their season is coming to a close in the next few weeks, but it's tournament time for high school basketball. We visit with our coaches tonight. It's probably going to be a couple of coaches whose teams will have a chance to do some damage in the tournament. So don't you go away. We'll take a quick break. We're coming right back with our first guest.
Make this your best year. Benton Nissan has the best Nissan deals, and in 2015, we're happy to bring you the best warranty in Birmingham. Get our exclusive 1,000,000-mile warranty on new and pre-owned Nissans. Plus, during the Best for Less event, 2015 Altimas are just $18,980. 2014 Rogues, only $19,980. Shop a huge selection of top pre-owned vehicles from $99 a month. Get the best for less at Benton Nissan in Hoover or in Oxford. Come see me, your friend in the car business.
If you want to personalize that special vehicle you drive, whether it be a car, SUV, or that truck that you love so much, then you need to visit the Drive Shop. They're located between downtown Trussville and Deerfoot Parkway on Highway 11, where their fine service staff of professionals are waiting to serve you. The services include auto systems, security and remote start systems, tires and wheels, and window tinting, just to name a few. So come by and visit them today, or find them online at thedriveshop.com, or visit us on the Facebook. That's the Drive Shop in Trussville, 533-8785. Also, if you mention Snapper's name, you'll receive a 10% discount.
The community features a world-class resort and spa, the amazing Robert Trent Jones Trail Golf Course, miles of historic trails, and the whole family loves the pool at Ross Park. Now, are we gonna have to watch your vacation slides all night?
This was supposed to be a party.
Well, this isn't my vacation. I live here.
Ooh.
Good driver discount, multi-car discount, good student discount. Helping you save money on car insurance is just part of the service you get from State Farm agent Jack Traffinstead. Whether an accident or a simple question, Jack and his staff get you the help you need. And that's the value only a State Farm agent can provide. Call Jack Traffinstead today. 40 million drivers already know nobody gives more discounts to more drivers than State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And welcome back, everybody. On our first segment of the show tonight, we were talking about having an outstanding ladies basketball coach, and indeed we do. Miss Tiffany Frederick and Coach Frederick, good to see you again.
Thanks for having me.
Outstanding coach at Fairfield and ends up at Hoover. And I'm going to let you tell, for the people that might not be seeing you, because it's been a while since you've been on our program, share with people how you got to be the head coach and how you got your start.
Well, it's been a blessing. It was a blessing. Coach Miles gave me a call, and came in for the interview, and just a better opportunity. It was very, very tough for me to leave Fairfield because those were my roots. They had given me so much, and I had 7 seniors that I had to leave behind. But I was coming to Hoover, and I was going to inherit 7 great seniors, a great opportunity, just great athletes. as you can see now, we're 20-6, but great administration there at Hoover, and it was just an opportunity. And as coaches, you always want to grow. Just like I told my girls from Fairfield, it's an opportunity for me, and it's an opportunity that, of course, this is why I worked so hard to get, and it was also a challenge. And I think that was the biggest thing, and I went to my pastor and we prayed over it, and he gave me confirmation that that was the right step to take.
And talking about your record, your team ranked in the top 10. I think it's, what, 6th?
We're 6th in
the
the
top
state.
10, and with the opportunity of moving up after a good week last week. But here's the key, Coach. When does the area playoffs start?
We start February 4th
Okay.
at 5:30.
So we're, what, roughly a week
A
or so?
week from now.
And so that's what the coaches play for, is their team to be prepared and going into what will be the area tournament. You've had an outstanding season. It's not one of those where there's been peaks and valleys. So your team, your ladies have played steady all year long. The record indicates that. But I think what every coach does, and you talk about this a little bit from the ladies' perspective, a coach, if you would, expects their team to peak, if everything works the way you want it to, peak by the time you get to those area tournaments.
Right. We talked about it on last week because I always set a date, and it's MLK Day. MLK Day, we've got to be at about 85% of where we want to be. I don't want them to be at that 100% mark just yet because there's just still growth. You don't want them to peak out too soon. But we talked about it, and I challenged them, and we were not there on MLK. And I challenged them, and what I did was put them on I gave them a 5-game challenge. We're now on game 2. We've got to win 6 to win the state title. Because of the 7A, it used to be 7,
right.
But I've got them on a 5-game challenge. They stepped it up they started out with Thompson. That was the first challenge. And we knew going into Thompson, losing to them at home, we knew that it was going to be a challenge. They had the home crowd. And they went in within 4 minutes and 27 seconds left in the fourth quarter. We were down 7. And I guess that challenge, they took it, and we went on we beat them by 10. So we went on a 17-point swing
Wow.
in 4 minutes and 27 seconds, and I saw there that they won it. They won it, and they accepted the challenges. We played another great team out of Georgia, Carrollton, Georgia, and beat them by 10 and held them to 38 points. So we pride ourselves on the defensive end, and we're 2-0 so far. It takes us 6 games to win it all.
To put you where you wanna be.
I feel like if we can win 5, the adrenaline is going to be there for 6. So nobody's going to have to inspire or motivate anybody at that point. It's going to be who wants it the most that night. So,
Well, let's talk about your philosophy in a couple of areas. One of the areas is, do you like to schedule some tough non-area matches during the year? And how much of the schedule are you responsible for?
all of it.
Okay.
All of it.
And then I'm asking this question to the right person. Do you like scheduling tough? Because of, what's that old saying, if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best?
Absolutely.
Would you rather play that stronger team and lose and grow from it than beat a dorm rat, and I don't mean that in a negative way, it's just what we're talking about, beat somebody easily and don't feel like you grow from it?
I'm not really caught up in a record as much as I am results. I want the toughest matchups that you can give me, especially early, because in a week from now, and we'll tell our ladies, everything goes back to 0-0. Every team makes it into the area bracket. So it's about playing those tough games, getting your team ready for next Thursday, because next Thursday everybody gets new life, and no one wants to lose at that point. So those games, I think they do a great job at preparing us. These next 2 games that we're going to have, Fairfield, we've got Fairfield tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'll go back
Should be
home.
interesting.
Very interesting. But with those next 2, we've got Winona, they're number 1 in 5A, and then we go play the number 1 team in Mississippi at Awamba. And that's going to be another challenge. Even then, late in the season, once we get done with area, I want them to be that tough because, like I tell the girls all the time, to win it, every game is going to be tough.
Right.
And so if we can give them that atmosphere early and post area, I think it helps them out in the long run.
Okay, now the B part to that question is if you had the chance, do you feel like when you get your kids and you start planning for the season, every year you've got seniors coming back or experienced players, then you got some younger, maybe talented young players coming into the program. Are you the kind of coach that you want the kids to play the game your way, or is there a time when you see they have great potential in an area that maybe you don't like, but that's their strong point? Are there times when you'll bend that route a little bit because they can give you more production if you change your philosophy a little bit?
I think there's a fine line. I think every year's a different team. You got to coach around the team that you have. If I'm a pressing team and I don't have a team that can press, I have to stop. I have to change my philosophy a little bit. So it's all about the players that comes in. Of course, you don't ever want to take away anything good from a player that they can do to help you. But at the same time, we're going to teach them the game of basketball too. I tell all my players, once you leave here, we teach you so much that I think you would be able to coach the game of basketball. And if you wanted to do that, you will be able to. So it's important, I think, not only for that aspect, but for our women's game to grow. And for our women's game to grow is very important to me, so the WNBA can just continue to stay alive. So.
Okay, well now here's the last question. We got a short time here. How many years you been coaching high school basketball altogether?
9.
9, all right. Very quickly, do you have aspirations, I don't want anybody in the administration of Hoover to get mad at me, to one day go to the next level as a college coach, or do you feel like you're where you need to be?
Just like I told you before, I went to my pastor and he gave me confirmation. It was all about taking me outside of my comfort zone. I will always go there for direction, and I feel like I'm in it more so for a mission than I am for a job. So wherever he takes me, that's where I go. If he keeps me here, I'm here. If he takes me wherever he wants to take me, I'll go. But it'll always be a mission for me more than it is a paycheck or a job, because I love the fact in changing young girls' lives.
Well, good to see you again. You've had another outstanding season. Not over yet. Wish you good luck in the playoffs.
Thank you so much for having me.
We'll take a quick break. Visit 3 young ladies who have been very inspirational in this good season so far. They'll try to make it a great one. We'll be right back.
The community features a world-class resort and spa, the amazing Robert Trent Jones Trail Golf Course, miles of historic trails, and the whole family loves the pool at Ross Park. Oh, are we gonna have to watch your vacation slides all night?
This was supposed to be a party.
Well, this isn't my vacation. I live here.
Ooh.
Take your taste to a different place. It's the taste of hamburger heaven. A taste of heaven is always best. Now you know that you're blessed. Give your taste a whole new spin. Bring your friends and come on in. Take your taste to a different place. It's the taste of hamburger heaven.
Make this your best year. Benton Nissan has the best Nissan deals, and in 2015, we're happy to bring you the best warranty in Birmingham. Get our exclusive million-mile warranty on new and pre-owned Nissans. Plus, during the Best for Less event, 2015 Altimas are just $18,980. 2014 Rogues, only $19,980. Shop a huge selection of top pre-owned vehicles from $99 a month. Get the best for less at Benton Nissan in Hoover or in Oxford. Come see me, your friend in the car business.
Land of Frost Premium is America's best-selling 1-pound deli pouch, now available in 12 delicious flavors, including new flavors of mesquite turkey and cotto salami. High school athletes across the country ask for Land of Frost by name. These great items are available at your local grocer, including Piggly Wiggly, Food Giant, Western supermarkets, and many more. Land of Frost also makes other varieties of lunch meats, including deli shaved bistro and sub sandwich kits. Land of Frost is a proud sponsor of youth sports as well.
Are you sure we should take this billboard down?
People find out State Farm does car loans as well as they do insurance. Our bank is through.
Good point. Grab an edge.
Look, there's 2 guys on the State Farm Borrow Better banking sign.
No, for real, there's 2 dudes on the State Farm
Borrow Better banking sign.
Gentlemen, please get down from the State Farm Borrow Better banking sign. Phil, get the hose.
Okay, he's getting the hose.
All right, let's go.
Want to borrow better? Contact State Farm agent Thomas Waters about a car loan that can save you hundreds.
And welcome back, folks. In this segment, we're visiting with three young ladies that's been very inspirational in this outstanding basketball season the Lady Bucks have had so far. Sitting closest to me, Jada Smith, a senior and a guard, and then Kendra Langham, a junior and a forward, and finally Jalen Maddox, a junior and a guard. Right? Okay, so we got that all right. All right, girls, going into this season, and we'll ask you first, Jada, since you're sitting closest to me. Being a senior, having an outstanding season last year, going into this season, did you think you and your teammates would be able to put together another outstanding year?
Yes, of course. Well, last year was kind of a learning experience for us. The year before we won state, and we lost the 7 seniors that were, went off to do really big things. So we kind of came back with a completely different team. So it was kind of just a learning experience. We were kind of inexperienced. We were young. So, that year we lost our first game in regionals, the very first game in regionals. So, we wanted to take it all the way, but, it was just kind of like, okay, it happened and we just got to grow from it. And, this year I have a lot more confidence than last year, and I really believe we can do it.
Well, now I'm going to put you on the hot seat just a little bit, and it's not that hot, but tell me, what do you think about the old ball coach over there? Do you enjoy playing for her?
I do. I think she does a great job, and I think her work ethic is very inspiring to me, and I want to continue to just keep making her proud.
Kendra, I don't mean to let you slide by. What's it like playing for Coach? You enjoy that experience?
I do. She's actually my first woman's coach, so it's been different from my middle school and elementary playing. So I love playing for Coach.
You know what? It's very interesting that you say that, because I forget this sometimes, that a lot of girls coaches are guys. And so it might be a different situation. There may be a better comfort zone there. I don't know. It would be, to me, sort of natural if it was. That's very interesting for you to say. Jalen, how about you?
Like Kendra, she's my first girls coach, and I just love her. She's like a second mom almost to me. So she's just there, and I love playing for her.
Well, now, I know there are a lot of different questions I ask athletes, and both male and female. One of them I like to ask, because you get different and varied answers, and basketball is a sport where this could make a difference too. And I will ask you, Jada, do you enjoy playing at home in front of that home cooking crowd where everybody's pulling for you? Or do you like to go on the road where the pressure don't seem to be quite as great to really play well? You try to play well all the time, but sometimes it's easier when you don't have all that pressure of your friends and home cooking, so to speak. How do you feel about that?
I mean, I always love playing at home because the comfort and, it's your place. You practice on it all week. But I definitely love going to upset teams at their place, especially if they've beaten us before, kind of like Thompson did. So.
Let me ask you this. I bet there's nothing better than quietening that hostile crowd, is there?
Oh, yes. It's the best thing.
Well, now, how about you, Kendra? Do you prefer one or the other?
I don't. But like Jada said, comfort, practicing at home and being able to know where your shots fall, maybe. And just, yeah.
Well, like you say, you know the ins and outs of the courts, and you're getting used to the surroundings and everything. But it's strange, like I said, the reason I asked that question, I have a lot of athletes that buy into that. There's not as much pressure on the road. It's like they can play looser. And but most of them prefer home, but you hear that every once in a while. How about you, Jalen? Does it affect you one way or the other?
No, not really. I mean, playing at home is fine, but like Jada, I do like going away and upsetting teams.
Yeah, that has a very leaves a satisfying taste in your mouth, doesn't it? Jada, another question that I would ask you is, and I get to ask this to young ladies. First of all, I know you're great athletes. You're probably great in the classroom, because we talk about that. If you're not great in the classroom, you don't get out there to the basketball court. But away from the basketball court, what's the kind of things that you like to do? For instance, now I will ask, because it's a different question to the girls. You might like to sing, you might like to play the piano, you might like to cook, you might be, have you ever heard this old term, I know you've heard this term, alcoholic. There's a cokeaholic, that's what snapper is, okay? But there's, for the ladies, a shopaholic. now, or do you like to go to the movie? Just give me an example of what you like to do to unwind when you are away from the basketball court.
Usually I'm not away from the basketball court that much. I'm pretty year-round, but...
Tried to trap
me. But I'm a big food person, so I usually, go out. Chipotle is my favorite place right now.
that boy, the playing keeps it off of
Yes, sir,
You
it
just
does.
about what we want to.
Yes, sir.
Well,
yes.
that's great. Okay, how about you?
I guess you could say I like to shop a lot, but I'm like a people's person, so I love to be with my friends.
Really? That's terrific.
I like to cook.
Yeah.
Cook
Well, I like to eat, so that's a great combination.
I had to learn because I used to eat everything. I get upset if there's not food on the table, so I just got to feed for myself.
Well, let me tell you, I don't know many of our little tummies that don't get upset when there's food on the table. Okay, another question I like to ask is what, and the first person I ask, it's always sort of a little bit surprised because other people get to wait a second, but what is it, and we'll start with you, Jada, what is it about your basketball experience in high school that you've enjoyed the most? And what about that basketball experience that you, I wish I didn't have to practice, or whatever it is? Give us the pluses and negatives.
Right. Well, my whole sophomore year, I was out the entire year. I played 2 games, but I was out with a torn hip flexor my whole sophomore year, and that's when we won the state championship. So I enjoyed that year of us winning, but it was kind of, that was like, my least favorite year because I couldn't really get to play.
Yeah, sort of bittersweet.
Right, yeah. But, I just love every moment with the team, and, these are some of my best friends, sisters for life. So just every moment we have together is always a memorable one.
Okay, Kendra, how about you?
I don't really hate anything about it, actually.
Yeah, well, okay. Now, I didn't mean hate in a hate, but just don't like,
Well, I don't really dislike anything. I actually love it. So.
Well, good for you. Oh.
I don't dislike anything about the season. These are my closest friends that I've had all my life, playing with them and just being with them. And the 7 seniors we have now, I can't think about right now not having them next year.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's a compliment not only to you, but to your teammates as well. Okay, ladies, another question. We've only got, as it turned out, 1 senior, and that's you. But I can ask this question to all of you, but going into a college next year, let's just say, because you could always get a scholarship, and that would answer this question. But let's just say you could go to any school you wanted to. First of all, which school would that be? And be part of that question is what kind of courses would you take?
I would love to go to UCLA. That's kind of been like one of my dream schools, and I would do physical therapy. I'm not really decided right now on a major, but physical therapy I'd probably do there, and UCLA has a really nice little program for that. So. Okay,
when having said that, I know you want to be out there by those sunny beaches and all that kind of stuff in the sea. That's wonderful. Have you ever thought, you mentioned the occupation you might like, has coaching ever entered your mind, or is that just not one of those things you feel drawn to?
It has. I'm just going to take it day by day and see, where I go with that. I would love to play for as long as I could and just see where I'm at. I would love to coach, so that would be fun. Okay, Kendra, how about you?
I would say either Sanford or North Carolina. North Carolina because I just love it up there. But Sanford because I want to go into pharmacy, and I know they have a good pharmacy school.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And what, then your hope one day is maybe to be a pharmacist, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, well, if you do that, I'm not sure you'd have time for even coaching on the side. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't sound like that's the direction you feel the Lord is leading you, but that's great. How about you?
I've never had a dream school, but I do want to go to school for either business management or finance.
Okay, so you don't feel like coaching is where maybe the Lord is leading you?
No, sir.
Oh, well, you never know, but you never know. That's what life's all about. All right, one thing that you girls have touched on is how close y'all are and how much you like each other. That's going to lead me to this next question. One of the most important aspects on a team, especially from a coach's standpoint too, because it means so much to, in this case, to Coach Frederick, is chemistry. Team chemistry is very important for a couple of reasons. One, if you like your teammates, you're going to grow and be a whole lot better at it, or if you don't have an issue with being different or whatever. So when the team chemistry is good, everything seems to come together better. So with that thought under your cap, Jada, talk about the team chemistry for you and your teammates and what it's meant to y'all's team as a whole.
I think definitely from last year, our team chemistry has gotten a lot stronger, which has really helped us this season, being 20-6. And I just feel like, especially when we're playing pickup, we, just do really well just playing basketball and just playing together.
Okay, now a little different question that I'll ask you, Kendra. Let's say a young lady comes up to you and she's, 5 to 10 years younger, but she likes basketball, she likes you. What would you tell her if you were wanting to lead her, hey, if you want to be a basketball player one day, this is why you ought to do it? What would you tell her?
It's a great experience. And not only do you learn the game of basketball, but you learn like different, I guess you could say like ways to live in life. Like when you play basketball, you learn that it's more than just playing basketball, that you do other things.
Okay.
And you learn to work hard also.
I'm sorry. Girls, we only got a minute left. Here's one question I enjoy asking every athlete. And that is, and we'll get an answer from each one of you, to this point in your young lives, who's been the most inspirational person or persons to you? And we'll start with you.
Oh, that's a hard one. I may say my oldest brother, Joe. He is a professional basketball player now, and I just look up to him through everything that I do. So.
Good. Older brother.
I would say my grandmother.
Okay. Is there a specific reason?
She's a pastor, so she's very inspirational.
Well, good. And how about you, Jamie?
I would say my mother. Her work ethic is just amazing, and it's just something to guide me.
Well, good, good. Let me tell you, girls, it's been a joy to have you. Y'all have been a wonderful group of girls. Had a great season thus far, but the work is just now starting to begin, okay?
Yes,
Wish
sir.
you all the luck in the world. You
Thank
guys
you so
win a
much.
championship.
Yes,
We'll
sir.
come back up here and celebrate the win, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So good luck to y'all. Folks, we'll
you.
take a quick break. We'll come back. Another coach with their athletes. Don't you go away. The Drive Shop in Trussville not only personalizes cars, SUVs, and trucks, they can personalize your motorcycle or ATV as well. They also specialize in automotive accessories to fit your specification. They provide performance and fuel economy upgrades, lift kits, off-road accessories, custom lighting, bed liners, and much more. Once again, that's the Drive Shop, located just north of downtown Trussville on Highway 11. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m., and on Saturday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. The number to call, 533-8785. Or visit us online at thedriveshop.com or like us on Facebook. Don't forget, you'll receive a 10% discount if you mention Snapper's name.
Take your taste to a different place. It's the taste of hamburger heaven. A taste of heaven is always best. Now you know that you're blessed. Give your taste a whole new spin. Bring your friends and come on in. Take your taste to a different place. It's the taste of hamburger heaven.
Land of Frost Premium is America's best-selling 1-pound deli pouch, now available in 12 delicious flavors, including new flavors of mesquite turkey and cotto salami. High school athletes across the country ask for Land of Frost by name. These great items are available at your local grocer, including Piggly Wiggly, Food Giant, Western supermarkets, and many more. Land of Frost also makes other varieties of lunch meats, including deli shaved bistro and sub sandwich kits. Land of Frost is a proud sponsor of youth sports as well.
Make this your best year. Benton Nissan has the best Nissan deals, and in 2015, we're happy to bring you the best warranty in Birmingham. Get our exclusive 1,000,000-mile warranty on new and pre-owned Nissans. Plus, during the Best for Less event, 2015 Altimas are just $18,980. 2014 Rogues, only $19,980. Shop a huge selection of top pre-owned vehicles from $99 a month. Get the best for less at Benton Nissan in Hoover or in Oxford. Come see me, your friend in the car business.
And this will be your premium right here.
Sorry to interrupt. I just want to say, I combined home and auto with State Farm. Saved $760. Love this guy.
Okay, does it bother anybody else that the mime is talking? Freaky.
Bundle home and auto, and you could save $760.
That's 760 very good reasons to call Alan Gurdeau in Trussville today.
The community features a world-class resort and spa, the amazing Robert Trent Jones Trail Golf Course, miles of historic trails, And the whole family loves the pool at Ross Park. No, are we going to have to watch your vacation slides all night?
This was supposed to be a party.
Well, this isn't my vacation. I live here.
Ooh.
And folks, welcome back. In this segment, we're going to be visiting with the head basketball coach of the Pelham Panthers, and we're talking about Coach Joel Floyd. And Coach, good to see you again.
Thank you for having us.
For people that may be seeing you for the first time, tell us a little bit about your background and what has led you to be the head coach there at Pelham.
I've been at Pelham for now 8 years. I was assistant for a couple years before that, and so this is my 6th year, I guess, as the head coach. I came originally from Iowa, so I came from up north and wanted to get out of the cold weather and get down here in the south. So I've really enjoyed my time here.
And I was going to say, sometimes I guess you wonder why I come south, because every once in a while we have a little cold weather.
Just a little bit, yeah. Nothing like it being that way from October till maybe spring break or a little later.
Well, Coach, I know, first of all, you've been pretty successful down there at Pelham with your program. And going into this year, of course, you've got a team ranked number 5 in 7A. Well, we'll see what the ranking will be next week, because you had another good week. But you're heading into the tournaments now. Mm-hmm. And I guess you told me that, if I remember correctly, we had a coin flip.
We did. We did.
And so, first or second?
We won the coin flip this morning. Yep. Homewood and Pelham were both 5-1 in area. We're 6A.
Right.
And we had the coin flip this morning, and we were able to be successful in another coin flip.
And the difference in that, folks, and you wonder why does that seem important? Well, 1 or 2, number 1 plays 4.
Yes, and you get to host.
Right, and number 2 plays 3, but
yep.
They still get to host the second place team, don't they?
No, we host the whole tournament.
Oh, y'all
do?
Okay.
Number 1 hosts the whole tournament.
Well, hey, that's great. Now, see, I didn't realize that. Well, going into this season, I know you had a successful season last year. Mm-hmm. Did it surprise you at all thus far, the success and the season that you've had thus far?
I had high expectations coming into this year. We were 23-8 last year, the best record we'd ever had at the school before. But I knew I had some really key parts coming in, mm-hmm. And so it just was whether we were going to be able to take that next step. And we have in the regular season, but what we're trying to do and what our real goal is in a regular season record. We're trying to get something done in the playoffs that we haven't been able to do so far.
Well, let me ask you, Coach, your philosophy as far as the schedule goes, are you one of these coaches that believes you get better by playing a team that may be good enough to beat you, or are you one of these that you want to play a team with lesser talent and you feel good about it because a win is a win, mm-hmm. but you don't really grow?
I try to play different styles of teams so that I think it prepares us better when we get into the playoffs. So, for example, we're going to play Vestavia tomorrow, and that's a more slow-paced game. But then we're going to play Thompson on Friday, and that's going to be up and down. So we try to play teams that are going to have some good size and some teams that are going to be slow and a little bit of everything so that we're preparing ourselves for the entire game when we get into the playoffs.
Well, now let's talk about your style of coaching. And what I mean by that, Coach, do you try to get your team, mold them into what you want them to be? Or are there times where you have to change that philosophy a little bit, that you might have talent more fitted to do something mm-hmm. else rather than you'd like to do? You know what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
How much are you willing to make changes that you might not like to, but for the betterment of the team, you'll do it?
I'm going to do what's best for us to win. So I have an idea of what I would like to try to get accomplished in a philosophy, I would say, but it's going to be dictated based on the skills and the talent and the type of players that I have. So if you were to look at my teams from 3 or 4 years ago to what we are now, we're completely different. Just based on the way that we play defense and the offensive style that we do now is different than what it was before. I'd say the mainstay is we're going to play hard. We're going to be a good, smart executing team, whether it be offense and defense, and you're going to know that we gave our absolute best effort. So that's kind of my philosophy, how we play offense or how we play defense, what style that is, that's based on the kids that I have.
Another question that I would be interested in hearing your answer, what kind of effect on your team, if any, did have the breakup 7A, 6A?
I would say that the competition level that we're seeing is similar. Certainly our schedule didn't really change any. But I think probably a bigger effect to us was that we split in two. Pelham City became their own school district, and we lost half of our kids to Helena. And we had a great group of young kids there. Our core group, they all came back, but we lost some younger guys. So I think as we build up, it's going to be a challenge for us to build the way that we want to because we lost the numbers that we had from before.
And you know, for a split second, I had forgot about the split there because it had to affect you to a degree. And you're telling me that probably you're looking at more of a challenge next year.
Yeah, as we grow,
personnel-wise.
yeah. We have a tremendous senior class. Our baseball team's going to experience the same thing. We've got a great senior class for our basketball and baseball. And then it's those young guys that we're going to have some other people that maybe are going to have to step up more than what they were used to because we used to be two schools in one, and now we split up. And they're having a great season. I wish nothing but the best. Coach Lash is over there, and I think he does a great job. And I'm excited for those young men to be successful over there, too.
Well, I was going to say that's one of those situations in our life that it'll take a turn that you have no control over.
Exactly.
You just have to deal with it as best you can. And total, is all your years coaching tied up there at Pelham?
No, I was in Dallas, Texas before that. I was there 5 years. And coached at a few different schools there before I moved over here. So I've got a little bit of experience in different places.
Okay, now the reason I had that, you wonder why in the world Snapper asked a question like that, is I ask coaches a lot of times, especially when you're successful, and it's a compliment to you and your program and your players. Do you think you found your niche high school coaching, or just to be honest, one day down the road, would you like to work up the ladder and maybe go to college?
I love where I'm at. It's a lot of fun to work with young men and to be in the classroom with them, and so I enjoy being in the classroom and molding kids in the classroom as well as being able to have a great effect with them in their lives on the basketball court as well. And I've got a tremendous group of young guys coming up, and then my son's coming up. He's a sixth grader, so I've got I think a good long time there.
Well, that's great, Coach. It's been a great season so far. We hope it's not over. We hope maybe at the end of that rainbow you get that pot of gold. And I will challenge you and your players that you win it all. We'll come up here, have you up here and celebrate as a champion, okay?
That sounds good. Sounds like a deal.
Good luck to you and congratulations on a great season thus far.
Thank you.
Take a quick break, visit some of the Pelham players. Don't you go away, we'll be right back.
The community features a world-class resort and spa, the amazing Robert Trent Jones Trail Golf Course, miles of historic trails, and the whole family loves the pool at Ross Park. Now, are we gonna have to watch your vacation slides all night?
This was supposed to be a party.
Well, this isn't my vacation. I live here.
Ooh.
And this will be your premium right here.
Sorry to interrupt. I just want to say I combined home and auto with State Farm. Saved $760. Love this guy.
Okay, does it bother anybody else that the mime is talking? Freaky.
Bundle home and auto, and you could save $760.
That's 760 very good reasons to call Ted Townley in Homewood today.
And folks, welcome back. In this segment, we're going to be visiting 5 young gentlemen that are responsible for, thus far, a 20-4 record and 6A Class 5 fifth place ranking. Hey guys, that's pretty good. But introducing the first, sitting closest to me, we've got senior Zach Allison, point guard.
Yes, sir.
And next to him, Alex Reese, a sophomore, power forward. Then over my shoulder, J.D. Kepler, a senior. And you're a power forward, right? And then in the middle back there, R.J. McCall, a senior scoring guard. I'd like that position. Yes, and then Morgan Sharp, a senior as well, and you're a scoring forward, strong forward? Yes, sir. You look like you could bump somebody around under that goal. So that's, first of all, guys, congratulations on the outstanding season you've had thus far. But the second season, or the real season, is just fixing to start. Now, having said that, Zach, being a senior, does it surprise you the kind of season that you guys have had thus far, especially considering the fact, the school, split and all that? But y'all sure came through it unscathed.
Right. Yes, sir. That was, it was effective, especially for the younger guys. But we've had success. We've been together, a core group, especially the seniors, for our entire lives. When we came up in high school, we've always had winning record and stuff like that. So, we've expected it. We're a core group. We're great friends on and off the court. So, we have that chemistry together. So, we expected it a little bit.
Well, you know what? It's interesting that Zach said just what he did, because, Alex, I'm going to put you on the hot seat a little bit. Being a sophomore power forward, that means you do a little banging too, right? Mm-hmm. But he mentioned the word chemistry. Now, that's a very important aspect in athletics. I don't care what sport it is. The better you guys like one another, the better you play together, work together, grow together. Talk about the chemistry of this team and what it means not only you personally, but to your team as well.
Yeah, it means a lot just to be able to function on the court together and just have fun together.
Okay, now with that thought in mind, JT, I know you're another senior. Does it surprise you the way that y'all have played thus far, especially with the split up of the school and all?
Not really, but sometimes. Well, the split, I heard a little, we lost some key players, but man, I expected us to do good this year.
Okay, and RJ, talk about the chemistry from your standpoint, being a senior. What has that meant to y'all as a group and your success?
Well, it's actually meant a lot to us because the way we act during school, outside of school, at practice, we're all cool with each other. We all have fun together, and it shows on the court.
Morgan, being a senior, you've been in the program for a few years too. How much have you enjoyed this season as compared to other seasons?
Oh, it's been fun. We had a great season last year, but being seniors and coming through this season, I knew it was going to be something special, so we're going to keep it going.
All right, well, let me tell you something, guys. I'm going to ask a question now that each of you get to answer, but it'll be a different answer, and I'm always curious about it. And we'll start with Zach here. First of all, who is your favorite player, whether it's college or pro, and talk about why you'd like to be so much like that player.
Magic Johnson, I'm a big Lakers fan. We're not doing very good this year, but, Magic Johnson, I've watched him at Michigan State, his old videos and highlights. He was a point guard. Now, he was 6'9", and I'm not like that, but he throws some crazy passes, and he can score it a little bit. So, I like his game, and I really try to model my game after his. So.
Well, let me tell you something. Now, I'm a little bit older than you, so I understand Magic a little bit better than you do. I go all the way back to the pistol. Of course, we're talking about Pistol Pete Maravich.
Right.
And but if you can be in the shadow of Magic, you will be one fantastic player.
That's
you know
right.
That? Okay, and this is always, like I said, an interesting answer. Alex, how about you?
I like Kevin Love just because he's a big guy that can shoot.
And he seems to be one of these guys, he come from a team where he was a star, then you come to a team with multiple stars. Yeah. There's a lot of adapting there for that kind of player, isn't it? Do you feel like that that you are, being a power forward, are you more a defensive player, or can you get to the rim?
Try to do a little bit of both.
Well, if you can do a little bit of both, that's helping the team in both departments. JT, how about you? Who's your favorite?
Well, I don't play anything like this guy, but Michael Jordan, because, he was the best.
Well, I guarantee you he's one of the best. If he ain't the best, there ain't many above him, are there? Yeah, and if you play just a little bit like him, you're going to be a superstar. You know that, don't you? How about you, RJ?
Well, I'm more of a John Wall fan. I wear his jersey to school and stuff. I just like his quickness and the way he plays on the court.
One thing about him, too, is for a big NBA star, he's not that big a guy. And you're right. He uses his quickness. He uses this. You put that all together, and you can shine no matter what league you're playing in, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, Morgan, how about you?
My favorite player is LeBron James because I like how he plays. He attacks the basket. He's an okay shooter, sort of like me, and he's really physical in the paint, so I like to do that.
I'm telling you, if you guys are half as good as the players y'all like, college can't wait for y'all, and I hope you are. Having said that, and because this is a senior-laden group here, except for our sophomore, but I'm going to even ask Alex this question too. But if you could go to any college you want to, you know, we talk about scholastics, how important that is, academics. For the simple reason, if you don't qualify in the classroom, guess what? You don't make it to the basketball court, right? All right, with that thought in mind, if you could go to any college you wanted to, what would it be? And also, what kind of subjects would you like to take? What do you hope to do, and especially you seniors, as you get out of high school and into college and work your way toward a job, you know, down the road? Talk about from that aspect.
I would go to the University of North Carolina. You know, I'm a huge Tar Heel fan in sports, and just, you know, I've been to their campus a couple times. I just really love it up there. And now I'm real good in math, so either engineering or I would go into something like business-wise, something like that. Those are my two things that I've always, you know, kind of enjoyed and stuff like that. So
now, Alex, this question doesn't really hit you that hard yet because you're just getting started. But do you have a school down the road, or are you open right now?
I'm very open.
Do you have any idea if it's not basketball? Let's say for whatever reason you don't go the next level in basketball, but I hope you do. Is there any kind of secondary thing that you thought about at this point? And I know you're young, so I'm putting you on the spot a little bit.
I'd like to go anywhere for like physical, like to be a trainer or something.
Yeah, physical therapy,
yeah,
that
physical
kind of thing.
therapy.
Okay.
For me, probably Alabama. My whole family's gone there. Been an Alabama fan my whole life. Probably go there to be major in business, I guess.
Well, let me tell you what. I see success written all over your face. Roll Tide, by the way. Okay.
I'm with JT also with Alabama, mostly because they have a great business school, and I'm majoring in accounting and I'm minoring in business management because that's what I want to do when I grow up.
So right now, none of you guys seem to be led maybe down the road to do what Coach does over there yet. You'd say that might be an afterthought right now?
Yes, sir, right.
I would say my dream school would be University of Oregon. I really like the team, big football fan, everything, and physical education. So
Really?
I'm a coach.
Yeah.
And so I want to be a coach after college.
Well, good. Well, I tell you what, guys. So far, you've had an outstanding season, and but we know outstanding seasons can come to a drastic, disappointing end. And the reason I'm asking that question, and we'll start with you, Zach, do you feel like you and your teammates are peaking at the right time? Not that y'all been on a high level here, but when you go start into the tournament play, then the pressure picks up a little bit. And you know you're going to have to play better than you have thus far. Do you feel like you guys are peaking and your best basketball still ahead of you?
I do. You know, I think we've been playing good basketball right now, and you know, even our last game was a loss, but you know, I think we try to take the positives out of everything, and you know, we got 2 games this week, and I think we're really, like you said, peaking at the right time because you know that's the most important. You know, so that's what I think we are. I think we're doing pretty good.
And I'll ask you this, Alex. Do you feel like that you personally and as a team that you can grow, there's something to be learned from a loss?
Yes, sir.
And that you'll take that and become better for it and not sulk over it happening to you?
Yes, sir.
Well, you know, the thing about that is pressure is a funny thing. And what separates the super successful athletes and the athletes that don't get to that next level is how they handle that. And so with that thought along the way too, JT, do you feel like you guys are playing the best you've played thus far?
Yes, sir, but I feel like we're not to our best yet.
Okay.
We'll continue to get better.
Well, I know Coach likes that attitude too. RJ, how about you? Do you think that if we just play like we've been doing, we'll be okay, or you got to step it up a little?
Well, of course we have to step it up a little, but we're actually like a fourth quarter team, and we're basically in the fourth quarter of our season, so it's going to end up good for us.
Are you ready for it?
I like that.
Okay. Well, let me tell you what, guys. This last question I'm going to ask every one of you are going to have to answer, and there should be a different one for everyone, or it could be the same. But especially for you seniors and even with Alex there. But up until this point in your life, who's been the most inspirational person or persons? And we'll start with you.
I'd probably just say probably my dad, just because he gives me that basketball influence, but at the same time, he's a youth pastor, so he's all about family and stuff like that. That's how I've grown up. So he's just been a big influence in my life in different aspects, not just one, but all around.
Good.
Yeah, my dad too. He's always taught me to keep working and stuff like that.
Okay, great. How about you, AT?
My middle school coach, Coach Vincent, he now teaches he's a principal at Clear Middle School. He's just a big aspect of my life. I can go to him for anything.
Good, good. RJ?
I would say both my parents, because my dad has that aspect of him where he just pushes me and he wants me to do my best. And then my mom's always there for me when something goes wrong and always helps me out with things like that.
Good. How about you, Morgan?
I would say my mom. She's been there with me since the beginning. The only person I really can depend on if I need something, and she's always there for me. So.
Well, good. Well, guys, I want to say good luck in the tournament, because you've had a fantastic season thus far. Win a championship, we'll come back here and celebrate with the coach together, okay?
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
So, folks, we've had another great show, 2 great coaches, quite a few great athletes here. We look forward to next week. So then, you know what the Snapper always says, bicycle.